space engineers and the starbase build. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm in the process of continuing to expand our solar array, but today's episode, what we're going to do is we are going to build up and we're going to build a platform on top with a projection unit. So we're going to be able to create our any ships that we've previously built, or want to replicate things of that sort of nature. Now, when it comes down to resources, we've got a finite amount already built up, but we're going to need to do a little bit more. We're going to need some of Izzy's scripts. So, if we do anything else, let's just check on the build and repair system, see if it needs anything. From solar inverter. And this is going to get split between all of our assemblers now, and it's going to make more of the stuff that we need, in this case solar panels, because if I go back in here and go BA, and you see it's charging nicely. Alright guys, if you are new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap the notification bell, leave us that nice comment below. As we now get into the next phase, okay, I'm going to take that 200 units, not 2,100 units. Okay, and from here we're going to build up. So let's get our nice colour, clean armour, and what we're going to do. Actually, how high is that? That's 16 high. So let's build 4 high at a time, and we'll eventually get there. Now I haven't, as you guys have probably seen, I haven't actually put any gantry system yet or anything like that, because of the fact that what I want to do is I want to get the walls in first, get an idea of space and what space we're using before we commit to the girder system. Gantry system, because we were just talking about girders a minute ago before we finish up. Oh, excuse me, sorry, let me just take another swig of coffee. It's lovely mug and warm in the UK at the moment. I'm not entirely sure whether I've suddenly developed hay fever, but I leave it in the hands of God. Yeah, which is the point while I'm doing this, I can just safely say my love of the Lord is starting to return. I mean, had a point where I wasn't too sure, and I got shown a few things that have helped me along the way to bring me back into the fold. Doesn't mean I'm going to start preaching the gospel on this channel. Just all I know is like with any believer of any faith system in the world, once had gone through some trials. This up is going to be interesting, because eventually I'm going to have to move. I've called it the Bulldog because, I mean, you look at the front there, I mean, come on, tell me it doesn't look strong and powerful like the Bulldog. I'm out already? I'm thought I had 200 units. See, I need one more. Tell you what, whilst we're here, let's just double check again. Bulletproof and steel plate. So we'll put in 2,000 on steel plate. Hopefully that'll be enough to. Oh, I see why. Yeah, because this is the point where I'm actually starting to think I might start needing to add in a few more build and repair systems for each of the directions, because I'm finding more and more that I need speed. And that's only going to come by having more helpers. Now, considering the fact that I know the square root of math of people who are willing to help in this project, or even be on camera. So I will settle with the build and repair system. Right, now we're going to have to move this. Alrighty then. Well, I've got these things I can use at the moment. I could even use the top of the refining towers. Yeah, doesn't really matter at this moment in time. 6. Oh, it's already pre-built with it. Huh, cool. Okay. Saves me, oh, excuse me. Saves me a lot of effort there. Okay. Yeah, let's turn it that way. What's wrong here? Alright, there we have it. That's docked nicely. Now I'm going to use the build vision, change that to 0.05. I do that because the number of times that even at 0.015 I've connected two items together that both got the same stat and then completely decimated one or the other connector in the process. So the way I fly, I think that's for the best. Now some of you might think differently. Some of you might like it where you have a much stronger connection for, shall we say, a purpose or another, because I'm sure, and I haven't found it yet, but I am sure that there must be purposes that you would want to have the connectors slammed together as hard as possible. I don't know, maybe when you're trying to put together a couple of merge blocks and you don't really care if the connectors get damaged, and you just use them as like a throwaway piece or something. I really don't know. So if you guys know something about that I don't, because I've been struggling to think, why would you want connectors that are so powerful? Okay. It's probably going to be saying now, oh, I need about 10,000 steel plate or something, so yeah. Oblige. So I think now, if we would go back down to the solar arrays, they're probably done by now. Yep. Down there's done too. I mean, I love the look of it, you know, with this sort of like angular sort of feel. It's in like 4 pieces. You've got these side pieces out of it. Sort of reminds me a bit of like the old Templar cross in a way. I mean, it wasn't originally intended, to be honest with you, but you know, it just sort of happened as a matter of course as things were building. You can hear all of the refineries churning away back there. From a certain distance, it can be quite melodic. One more. Get that one's done. Trying to make the inside as circular as possible as well, just to sort of give it that feel, you know, it's not just another one of my cardboard cutouts. Sorry, that's what I call my ships and builds. If you look at a lot of them, in my opinion, they look a lot like cardboard cutouts. I guess everybody has their opinion on their own stuff, and you know, usually it's quite negative. Maybe mine's the same, because somebody did ask me, and I have already obliged to them. In my Learning to Survive Redux campaign, I built quite a nice mothership and a drone, which worked with it. And I missed this. Okay. So basically, I put them up on there. Got the Hellstorm and the Firestorm. Currently up on the Steam Workshop. So I'm of mixed minds about how they're going to be received. Really do need a sort of descriptive text for them at some point, you know, to make them more in line with most other people's uploads as well. Because without any text, people would go like, well, "What is this?" Well, I don't know. You see, it'll be seen as being Wolf Knight, which is my other radius. So yeah, you know who you're looking for in the workshop when you're looking for my content. Okay, so that's that one done. So now we want the light on the slope tip. Oh, actually, I haven't done the outside ones. Oops. Oh, well, we'll get this in and we'll do the outside ones of the light on the slope base. Before we get to the tips, because then doing the tips would be a lot easier, I think. In fact, too fast, of the narrower profile. I always find them one of the more difficult components to put in place is speed. You know, sort of like what I'm doing at the moment. but you can already start seeing how this is sort of falling together, and this is necessary for the next step. Alright, so I suppose while I'm doing this, I'll explain what my next step is. The next step is that Izzy's script contains quite some powerful features, and if you've seen some of my other content, like the Heaven's Gate saga, in that I used Izzy's script to maintain a certain level of components within my within my inventory system is what I was going to say. Do apologise for the interruption there. That was a necessary that I've been waiting for. Anyway, so yeah, we get this area done, and then we will add in the control mechanism, which is basically just a series of displays that work in really well together. Those are triangular sections. Yeah, let's do this one first. I think it's easier. Oh, let me out of screenshot mode. There we go. I don't know why I missed that. There we go. Way too fast. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Well, at least I wish I was that good anyway. Okay. Right, that's that one. Let's get down here. Get some energy and stuff soon, so let's get this corner done, because you just saw the survival kit just the other side of this this sloping section. I mean, that's its temporary home at the moment. I mean, although mind you, saying that, I really need to get in a full-blown like medical room or medical corner room or something like that. That's the other thing I need to do soon, is get some more ice to make hydrogen, because of the fact that I don't know whether you can see in the bottom left corner, my hydrogen has not been refilled, because I don't actually have any hydrogen farms at the moment of any kind. Something we can add as we're going to look. Yeah. Whose teeth have I put in? Right. As we build this station, we can always add in way more than we need. Unlike with some of my Starship builds, with a space station, we can go to town and actually have some fun. The other thing I'm going to do is, when we get round to it though, is I am going to have to add in a double flooring just to be on the safe side that we are airtight sealed. Last one, or last set more accurately. Keep doing that. One over. Okay. So that is probably the harder part done and out of the way, in my opinion. Now the great news is some of these triangle sections we can actually now replace with there's like LCD panels that was introduced with, was it Decorative Packs 3 I think it was? We'll find out in a minute, which actually allow you to put onto triangle sections. I think it was in the Heaven's Gate project. I did that as well as like televisions in like the player character quarters, you know, there being 16 of them, which incidentally is the maximum number of players you can actually have on a server, private server. I think on a public server you can have more. I've heard of something like 64 players on a public server. Don't know whether that's true or not, but or whether that was modded. I don't know. I really don't know, because I never really looked into it in any great detail, because honestly I've never had more than one, so what need would I have of looking for a way of adding more players in when I don't have any other players to play Space Engineers with. So, but that's not me ranting about the number of players or anything like that. It's just a cold hard fact of life. It's like, I've had people say to me, "Oh yeah, what about guys at the place of work and all that?" And it's like, no, because the vast majority of them play either Call of Duty, FIFA, something like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slating those games at all, because hell, I enjoy a bit of the original Call of Duties, especially Call of Duty 2, where you got to drive a Tiger tank. Honestly, haven't played anything since Call of Duty 4, I think it was. So again, World War II stuff. Then they released like the Modern Warfare, and it was like out of my price league at the time, because of the fact that at the time it came out, I had just got married, so I didn't have the opportunity to buy it because of the fact that I had more important things to worry about. And that is subjective. I know. Some people would say, "Oh, but Call of Duty is important." Yeah, to them, possibly. But I think family comes first. Always does. No matter all of the grief and the hassle and the problems, a good couple will stick together through all of the problems, even when they're shouting and screaming and kicking against each other and all sorts of wahala is going on. A good couple will find a way to make it work. Now look at that. That's awesome. Right. Okay, is it this one or have I gone the wrong way? No, it's this one. Alright, let's put that back in there. Probably going to need BU. Probably going to need absolutely tons of this, so that's probably about 20k by now. It split it up before I had a chance to even see. Alright, so we'll let that finish that off. Because that is going to take some time. Okay. Now, I was saying about adding in a few more build and repair systems because we really do need them. That would be a great place to put them. I've got an idea actually. No. Saying that, if say that was the other way around, that'd be quite easy to get that in there. Ah heck, you know what? I'm gonna need some steel. Oopsie. I put the steel plate away, didn't I? Okay. So get that in there like that. This one will get in there like that. Let's replace that block there with a conveyor and do the same around here as well. Okay. I know I'll put that in with the ingots, but that'll sort itself out. That's one of the great things about Easy Script. So having all of this in place will mean in the end we'll have a better way of being able to maintain everything. Wrong side. I don't think in this episode I'm going to get everything done that I wanted to get done. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put them in the on position, fly, also reduce that down to 10%. Now this, we got all of these now added into our I mean, listen to that go. I mean, look at that. It's going like the proverbial bat out of hell. You know, doing all of this work, and I should have done this right from the word go. It would have been a lot faster, a lot easier. Okay. Right, we've got about 15k of that left. Okay, ice about 6.34 kilometers away. Alright, well, whilst that's all building, let's go and get some ice. I mean, look at that go. So impressive. Now, where was it? I saw something that was 6 point something away. Over this way. There we go. Over in this cluster. Zero to 100, just like that. I would sing it in sort of like the Disney style of 0 to hero, but I'll spare you guys the torturous torments of my singing voice, or more like the dying rasps of a man. No, seriously, my singing voice is that bad. I would not wish anybody to hear my croonings. I mean, I do try and sing, but it always comes out bad. I mean, ideally, I really need to get lessons, but you know, I've never had the time nor the financial aspect to be able to do that. Hopefully, when all things are done and considered, and God is willing to get me to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm able to passively earn, I might think I consider about doing it actually, because I do want to, even though I'm middle-aged, there's certain people who say to me, I was around dinosaurs roaming the earth. Honestly, I see that as a compliment, because I do enjoy Ark Survival Evolved, you know, running around with the dinosaurs, so, you know, who knows? Maybe being the way I am, you know, maybe I would have gone well with the dinosaurs. Bit like Pickle in what's it called? Baki Hanma. Yeah, maybe I would have fought the dinosaurs and won. I don't know. I wouldn't have done so. I would have been dead within seconds. Seriously, realistically. Alright, here's hoping that by the time we get back with this ice, which incidentally has been converted within the ship's converter as well, and as you can probably see in the bottom left, I've now got 100% hydrogen. So we can then add that to the stores of the base as well, so as we're building we can restore ourselves. One of these days I'm going to have to go back and collect that that drone. I can't even remember where it was now. Oh well. Too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast. I thought with the increased thruster capacity that I've got, I would have been okay for a 1 kilometre stop. Apparently not. That's a weird looking cluster of asteroids. It's almost like a cross. You sort of go down and then you've got the other side there. I mean, weird, huh? Alright, full hold about 3 kilometres. I wonder, could I get... Yeah, I could probably get in maybe 4 more thrusters on the acceleration side. So I could do a turnaround and slow down, you know, and a slow down burn. And now if I was to put out some blocks maybe from the connector, I might be able to add in a couple more thrusters on the reversing side. Because at the moment I've got, what, 4? And that's not enough for slowing down. Look at that. We've now got this beautiful centralized column shielding our vital systems. I mean, it's only of light armor, but look at that. That was more chance, really, than anything else. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, 0%. There we go. Right. So we've got all of this in place. Now, bottom floor. Right, we can do so much with this. Okay. Now, like I said, let's find one of these walls. That was that. No, wrong one. This one here, I'm going to have to do this very high, because I already know. Hey, hold on. What? Oh, you twit. Done the wrong one. Alright, well, we can work with this. Okay. Yeah, let's use this one. We go down. God, it's taking its while to load in everything today. Yeah, here we go. In text panel, go through. You now got like this inset series, and then what we've got here is a sloped LED. So, oh, we need some interior plate. Okay. Is it this one? It's this one. No, it's not this one. It's the other one. Alright, I'll grab a couple hundred of them. What? Oh, we've only got one of them. I thought that said 1K. I'll take the day off. Sometimes I wish I could, but I can't. Okay. Right. Okay, so I think for this, I'm going to use... Yeah, I'm going to use like the... No, I'm going to use white. Yeah, white, yeah, and clean. Just so it sort of stands out a bit more. Okay, so what are we missing? Oh, displays. Production. Okay. Now, for this, we're going to have to go back to programmable block. Because we need to go. I need to show you some things where it shows you how you can do this. If you go down, I think it's near the bottom. Before you get to all this code, there is a section. Yeah, here we are. That shows you what you can do. So IAM main, inventory, warnings, actions, performance. So you've got loads of things. So if we just take this one here, for example, copy that. Go in here. We'll add that onto the end. Give it a while. It will sort itself out. Call this one IIM main. Warnings. Performance. So here we can see, you know, quite a few bits and pieces here. Components is quite good because we can then like say, okay, we want to show how many of this item we've got, that item we've got, the other item we've got, and you know. So it is good for that particular functionality. However, the one we want is not performance this time around, actually. Sorry, not inventory. Sorry, it's actions. there's another one which allows you to see. It's for the assemblers, I'm sure it is. It's in here somewhere. Auto crafting. That's it. LCD auto crafting 1. That's the jobby I'm looking for. Oops. Right, that's 2 and 3. And there we go. Right, looks like we do need one more for actions, but I think I'm going to change this one here to IIM actions. So, and then warnings, we're going to have to find another place to put that. Okay, so, let's say we want to always ensure we have 1,000 bulletproof glass. Yeah, so if you left click on it, without the, we'll go to edit text. One on the right, say, okay, I want 1,000 of those. Most of these will probably want about 1,000 of them all the time. So that's explosives. We'll leave that as it is at the moment. Girders. That's going to be a difficult one. Sometimes you need a lot more than you've got. Interior plate. Accidentally took a screenshot there. Right, large them. Metal grids. Yeah, definitely want a load of them. 1,000 motors. Set that to 100. Power cells. We'll just have that as 1,000. So that's all of the ones in that top window. And down here, put 100 radio communicators because they're big and heavy and all that. Reactors, we'll put 1,000. Small tube, 1,000 of those. Solar cells, about the same. Steel plate, I always have that as about 10k. And it seems to do quite nicely actually. Superconductors. Yeah, we'll have about 1,000 of those in. Yeah. Thrust components, 1,000. But we don't really have the platinum for them at the moment. But yeah. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. I'll move closer to the assemblers. There go, full pelt. Trying to produce everything, get everything low to that point that we have specified. So that is going to be sort of like the first port of call towards having an established I guess you could say an established building operation. Good now. There's a habit of looking 2 keys at once at the moment. Okay, let's see. So, we've got a surrounding core. We've got our solar panels. How are we going to do what's next? I think the simplest way of doing this to begin with would be to add in our conveyor blocks on top of anything that would allow us to filter through. So like even here, I'll add a couple in there. Technically I need to add in one more. Because this is all going through the floor, and so I want as many points of access I can get my hands on. I mean, it's going to be two-stage as well, because like I say, I'm going to put in like a double flooring. Once I put in the floor and the way back down again, I can always change some of these to other connector types. As for now, let's add in our floor. Start to see why I have EasyScript constantly maintaining my supply of steel plate as well as other things, because I can then just focus more on the building aspects rather than having to also maintain my stocks and going back and forth through the build menus. But going back and forth through the build menus sort of shows you guys some of the things that you do have to do, could do. Missing. Ah. Oh well, it's a little bit more steel plate for me to play with. There's a reason why I chose to do it this way. There's a double. It's so that I can introduce and a series of airlocks, so that if one area gets compromised, I've still got a means and a way of being able to get through. And also with the amount of steel I'm using just to be able to do one layer. Have it, we've got our floor. So knowing where certain things are, like that's a refinery for example, we can say okay, we'll have that's actually the best. We'll have the access point there. See what I mean? So knowing that that is now our access point, we can then add in things like some of the stairwells. Now, do you remember I added in this passage intersection group set once it decides to load in? That is so that I can do this, because if I go there, we've got this lighted passage stairwell, yeah. It's an entirely enclosed unit. That I can use. So I can do maybe something like where do we actually? I'm thinking about this now. Do we really want it? How close do we really want it to the wall? Because that's going to be. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong in what I was thinking initially. Maybe what we want is it to go here. Yeah, I'm wrong. So we'll add these back in. And then what we can then do... Oh, for a minute there I thought I'd added it in a slope, you know, on an angle, sorry. That was close. Right, we'll add in this one here. There, and then we can just sort of like come out from there, because as you see, nice stairwell coming up, got access to the lighting system so that we can change how bright it is, and it looks quite cool. And that's all somebody did this based on the original passage section, so they could have like a complete
energy
control.
Low.
And I think they did an exceptional job on it, to be honest with you. Alright. Now, from where we're at the moment, we are at a bit of a junction, because we have spent a lot of time getting things like this script up and trucking, you know, getting it working as we want it to work, We've added in the walls, and we've started adding in a passageway and all that. I do need to finish off sorting out the new deck. So I think next episode we will work on the projection systems, which again is another reason for the 2-layer, and also sorting out the size of the room that we're going to need for some of the bigger builds. And I've got some big builds already in mind that I want to use from some of the previous projects I've done, which will test whether the room is big enough. There's also some parts I want to use as well, such as I've lost where it is. Here it is. Like these extra large hangar doors, because like some of these are positively colossal in size, and some of the things that we could do with them are just mind-blowing. I mean, like this giant hangar door. I mean, can you imagine some of the ship builds we could get through that? And that's where I'm aiming for. So, you know, we're going to start sort of expanding outwards as well. Yeah, it's going to get in the way slightly of our solar panel systems. So we're going to have extra solar panel systems on the top of all of this as well, so that we can keep batteries charged and the station operational. I'm also going to add a bit of trimming and things like that to it off camera whilst I finish off this top deck. So maybe some white down the sides or something. I really haven't got a clue yet. I'll figure it out as I go along. So, and I'll also put in a proper docking port for the Bulldog, probably underneath or something like that for now, so that we've got a means to keep on building upwards and outwards and everything that we require. Alright guys, well thanks for joining me. Do remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell and leave us that nice comment below, and I will catch you all later on Archangulus Gaming.